Welcome back. I am Olivia's Romantic Home, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys part one of my DIY Easter crafting and decorating, and this is going to be a doozy. We are going to be doing a beautiful over-the-top mantle garland. Now, don't panic if you don't have a mantle. You guys can do this on a table. You can do it over a mirror, over your doorway, anywhere in your house that could use a little love and some beautiful florals. And believe it or not, we're going to use a pool noodle, a curtain rod, and some thrift store greenery, and some of my coffee filter roses. I'm gonna leave the coffee filter roses tutorial in this video because I know so many people ask about it, and I don't wanna leave anybody out that didn't see the tutorial before. Listen, I love to share with you guys how you can make your homes boutique gorgeous on a budget. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook page, where I share daily crafting and decorating inspiration. This is my 6th season on YouTube, so thank you for being here. I want to hug all of your hearts so tight. I love y'all so much. And without further ado, let's go ahead and plug in those glue guns. Get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting. Let's create a gorgeous spring floral. Grab 2 Dollar Tree pool noodles, poke a hole in one end with a steak knife or a sharp object. Be safe with that. And then I'm going to take this extension rod. You can really use any shower curtain rod. And I simply remove the top, and then I put the extension rod into the pool noodle, and that is going to create our nice little base. And then I'm going to poke that in to the pool noodle that we poked the hole in, and then I'm going to simply screw that little curtain rod piece back on. And these were extension rods that I found at the thrift store. And then I'm going to add some greenery. Again, I found a huge box of greenery today. I hit the jackpot. It was $10 for the entire box. I really didn't know what I was getting except for a ton of greenery, and I was hoping for the best. So I got a couple of garlands, and I'm just going to add the garland on with this zip tie. Now, you guys could also use floral wire. That would be a great idea too, which I ended up having to do because the zip tie didn't really want to fit all the way around. I'm kind of out of my longer zip ties. Anyway, I need to make a trip to the Harbor Freight is where I get all my zip ties. But so I'm going to take this garland. I'm just going to wrap it around the pool noodle, and I want to put the curtain rod or extension rod on the top part of my mantle. That's going to give it some weight. And then the longer pool noodle, I'm just going to let it kind of drape down because I'm going to do just like kind of swag on my mantle. Now, don't panic if you guys don't have a mantle to do this on. You can totally do this on an entryway table. You could do this over your front door. You could do this over a mirror. So many different ideas, and you just simply, don't have to add this many noodles. So I use 2 with this. You could just use 1. You could even with an extension rod put it like in your hallway or above your shower curtain, or so many fun ideas. I think I'm going to use this multiple times throughout this next season, so get ready. So I did add another garland to this pool noodle, and then I'm just putting it on my mantle to kind of see what I'm working with here. And again, there were just random pieces of garland in this thrift store box. So I'm kind of trying to use the darker garlands, pieces that I'm finding, and just adding them on with zip ties and floral wire. And you guys can really get creative with this. You could even select a green pool noodle. Might not be a bad idea. That way it would mix in with the greenery more. But because I do have a white mantle, I thought this would work fairly well. And I also just already had that white pool noodle on hand. So I made the garland really nice and full. And then I overlaid the lighter colored garland that's kind of more like a lamb's ear type of garland. It's not lamb's ear. Oh, it's that different greenery. But anyway, it's all working. I got it nice and full with all the greenery. Now I made a bunch of coffee filter roses, and I did these over the last couple of days. I'm going to add these to the garland. I did want to make kind of a plume up to the top of the garland, and I found these mixed in with this box of greenery. So one of them was just like more of an ivy piece, and then the other one was more of a greenery piece. I kind of meshed those in together, and then with a zip tie, I'm going to zip tie those together. I'm going to give kind of like a swag and the height at the corner of my garland. So you guys are gonna have to let me know. Yes, there's a bunch of different types of greenery mixed in, but if you guys have ever looked at pictures of like an English garden, with all the ivy and greenery, I really think that this is what it might look like in nature with different leaves and florals and whatnot. So
more thrift store flowers. But hey, listen, you guys, there's a ton of spring flowers out at Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. These I believe might be little geraniums, so I'm gonna add them in first. And again, I just have a random mix of flowers. And you guys, if you have been following me for a while, have seen me use tons of flowers in my decor. So I pull all of my centerpieces and wreaths and garlands apart at the end of every season, and I reuse those florals because it's just me. And I buy all my own supplies to do all my decorating and crafting that I share with you guys. And so it's definitely more budget friendly to repurpose and reuse my florals. So anyway, I'm adding in those geraniums, and then I'm just going to simply add in some more roses. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys is start with your greenery base first, and then I think it's a good idea to add in your white florals next. I surely wish I would have had some peonies or hydrangeas, but that's okay. I'm going to work with what I've got, and then I'm going to add in some pretty pink roses, and at the end, I'm going to add in my coffee filter roses. And at the end of this tutorial, I'm going to add my coffee filter roses video one more time to this video because I know I'll have people that are watching this video that haven't seen that tutorial, and they're going to ask how I did the coffee filter roses, and I don't want to leave you guys out if you need to see that tutorial. For this particular garland, I'm using the coffee filter roses that I dyed a pale pink, and to make my coffee filter roses, I just sit down with a pile of coffee filters at the end of my day or on the weekends, and I just make them while I'm watching a show. So the amount of coffee filter roses that I've made in the last week, I've probably spent 10 hours in total making them. They're a little bit time consuming, but not. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, I've gotten better as I've gone along. But anyway, you can see how this is really coming into effect and being really beautiful and blooming. I'm going to play some pretty piano music so you guys can watch me work and enjoy kind of the process. But I'm just going to now start to add in some of those pink roses. So I hope you guys are enjoying this and are feeling inspired.
Oh, stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. You in my arms, won't let go. The world around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest.
So in today's video, I have a special little sweet kitty cat friend, my kitty cat Tinky Bear. So usually you guys see Benji Bear in my videos. Tinky she's an older cat. She just kind of does her own thing. But today she was inside, and because I was sitting down on the ground, I think she wanted to get a cuddle with my feet. So you're gonna see her pop in and out, kind of like trying to get a little cuddle on my feet. But Tinky Bear is super sweet. She's a really strange cat. She's indoor, outdoor. And her and Benji Bear have a little bit of a contentious relationship. So there's that.
And I've come out here to say that I love you.
So here is what it looks like in this stage of its creation. I am probably going to add a little bit more roses to make it a little bit fuller, but this is as far as I was really able to get today. The pretty, really kind of pale candy pink roses, those are the coffee filter roses, and so many of you guys have commented and said they look really real, and I really feel like they really do. They do not look like coffee filters to me. They really do look like a really pretty pink rose. So I'm really pleased with how those have come out. And again, I'm going to leave the coffee filter rose tutorial at the end of this video. This year, I hope you guys are along for the ride with, I'm going to be doing a little bit more of repurposing and reusing household items to create decor rather than go out and buying a ton of new fancy decor. I just feel like, I guess, I don't want to have a whole lot tons more to store. I do love all of my decor. I love more is more. I love going full and over the top as always, and you guys are going to see that usually with me, but I am going to be taking, and doing, I guess, more things that you guys can find that are household items like coffee filters and cardboard boxes, and really repurposing them and making them fantastic, because I think that can get overlooked in what we do. So anyway, I love y'all. Here is my puppy dog, Benji Bear. He is so funny. I don't know if you guys do this with your dogs. Benji Bear loves to be cuddled. He loves to have a blanket go around him and like up underneath him and have like a little cocoon. He's so funny. He'll even like dig down into the covers of my bed, and sometimes I won't even be able to find him. He'll be all the way underneath the covers, and he'll cover himself. So it's just really funny. So Benji Bear wants to say hello to all the kitty cat and puppy dog fans. Tinky Bear says hello. She just doesn't like to be on camera. She's kind of just, in and out a little bit more. So anyway, here next is going to be that coffee rose filter tutorial. Let's make some beautiful hand-dyed coffee filter roses. So I took 2 cups of water, a container, and a big dollop of paint. I found this paint at the Dollar Tree. It is going to come out a little bit more of a pale reddish pink when we're done, but I took about 7 to 8 coffee filters, and you want to dip them in the paint, swish them around, and then kind of squeeze them out. You are going to want to wear gloves for this project, and I went ahead and just lined my baking sheet with foil. It says to line it with parchment paper, but whatever you have on hand, and I'm also just adding them stacked together onto the baking sheet. Now, if you do them separately, you don't have to bake them for very long, only 7 minutes, but because I did the 7 to 8 bundles on top of each other, I baked them at 250 degrees for 30 minutes. Then you're going to simply take and cut around the edge. You want to start cutting in a circular direction, and you want to cut a little bit smaller and get a wider cut as you go along. You don't want to cut to the very end. You want to leave a small round circle at the very end. And when we put the flowers together, I'll show you how. Now, this is the easiest tutorial I have ever done for these coffee filter roses. So you're going to take a tiny bit of hot glue and just begin to roll the smallest end. Just roll it like you're rolling up a little burrito. You kind of want to keep the one end flat, and then the other end that's going to be the rose part can be a little bit different. It's okay if it's a little bit uneven and it looks more like a natural rose, I guess. I did hot glue it a little bit as I went along, but you really can simply roll a couple of rolls and then hot glue, and then roll a couple of rolls and hot glue some more. I did several of these, and I can't wait to do more of them in different colors. It was a little bit of a process to bake them, but it was still super fun, and I really enjoyed this project. Once you get to the end, you're going to flip your rose over, and there's the flat part the circle that you didn't cut, and you're going to want to take hot glue a generous amount on the bottom and just take that flat part and fold that over, and then you want to keep hot gluing and folding to get a little bit more kind of a petal shape. And this is really, there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason for how I did the last one of the petals. I just kind of saw where they needed to be hot glued and kind of hot glued them in and around my pretty rose. So I made several of these in the red color that we dyed, and then several in the white, and I'll share with you guys how to do the white at the end of this tutorial. similar except for you don't dye them, of course. Here is how it turned out. I really feel like it turned out fabulous. I had this little extra piece of greenery left over from some roses that I had ordered on Amazon, so I just took some hot glue and hot glued some greenery on to the back of my pretty roses, and here is how they look. I didn't put greenery on all of them because I have a project in mind for how I want to use these, but I need to get a whole bunch more done, so I'm going to work on doing some more of them tomorrow. But fun and fabulous.
So thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafting and decorating adventure. It's a true blessing and honor to have you all here. If y'all are new, welcome. I'm Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home. I'm a DIY crafty mama, and I love to share with you guys how you can make your homes boutique gorgeous on a budget. I truly believe you do not have to break the bank to have a fabulous, amazing home. I am a hopeful romantic, and I love to share my fun crafting and decorating with you. And thank you guys for being here. Every time you watch my video, you subscribe, it helps me out so much. And I just want to thank you guys so much. So I am looking forward to the future with so much joy. I just want to remind you guys to do the same. Listen, lately I was struggling with forgiveness, and I am working so hard to keep working through that. And every time I forgive a little bit more, my heart just bursts with a little bit more joy. So remember, if you guys are struggling with forgiveness or sadness or anything like that, cry out to God, which is what I have done, and God will help heal you. So I love y'all. I want to encourage you guys to keep moving in that direction of joy and hope and peace and goodness, and don't let the sadness or the heartache of life get you down. So I love y'all. I can't wait for our next video. We have so much fun crafting and decorating. It's a new season. My house is finally cleaned up from Christmas and Valentine's Day and all of that kind of fun stuff, and it's going to bloom with flowers and bunnies and all of that wonderful stuff. So I can't wait for our next video, and until then, remember, be kind to yourselves and be kind to one another, and we'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye.
Come